We are checking back in with Quincy City Clerk Nicole Crispo to get an update on the Valentine's Day Licensing Board meeting. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Joe. How are you today?
All right. Did everybody have candy and flowers at the meeting?
Everybody left happy. Let's just say that.
They were happy that it was over.
Yeah.
Full board present?
Um, Deputy Chief Barron sat in for the fire chief, and Detective Brown sat in for the police chief.
Very good.
So we did have a full board.
Excellent. And looks like the agendas are getting a little longer as the year gets a little longer.
Right. We're getting some spring and even summer
I know.
requests. So
It's great.
yeah. I'll get right to it. Agenda item number 1, hearing regarding the request of St. Mary's Center for a special use one-day liquor license for their annual Eat Drink Model Fashion Show at Marina Bay Boardwalk. The event is June 20th and a rain date of June 21st from 5 to 8:30 p.m. Nora Leanne and Denise Haja have come together in collaboration to do this for St. Mary's Center of Dorchester. This is for homeless people in and around Dorchester. This event raised $80,000 last year.
Wow.
And they're looking forward to doing it again. They are, excuse me, going to use the outdoors for 65 tables and have their fashion show right on the boardwalk there with food from the Marina Bay restaurants. So that's always a good night for them, and we wish them well. And again, a rain date of June 21st, and that went through 5 to 0.
Okay, excellent. That's amazing that they raised that much money. Was that the first one last year? Do you know?
Well, I think they had one smaller in scale right before COVID hit.
Oh, okay.
And then and so they came back out last year.
Okay.
And yeah, what a great event.
Super. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the night before the first day of summer. Good way to start it. Yeah.
Right. Agenda item number 2 was hearing regarding the request of the New England Free Jacks for special use and one-day liquor licenses for game days, tournaments, and events at Veterans Stadium. The dates begin in March and run until the end of August. The dates and times are on file here at the clerk's office. Luke Underwood was there, excuse me, representing the New England Free Jacks. This is rugby events, rugby matches, events there as well throughout the spring and summer months. They do have tip certified people running their events. They're very, very cautious of the security at the events, at the venues, and they work in collaboration with the Quincy Police Department, the Parks Department, and the board members there to be sure that everybody has a family fun, good time at these events there at the stadium. And that also went through 5 to 0.
Very good. Yeah, I know they do a lot of work with the schools as well, putting on like rugby clinics for some of the school athletes, which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but down in Quincy Center, I've been noticing more and more. The workout facility is at 1400 Hancock Street, and you'll see groups of Free Jacks going by. They get their jackets on and their gear, they're working out, and that's a tough sport, I would say.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. I don't hang around at the gym, so I haven't seen that.
I just see them walking by my window.
That's right. Good for them. I'm happy somebody's doing it.
Yeah. Agenda item number 3, hearing regarding the request of Tony's Clam Shop for a cabaret license for the premise located at 861 Quincy Shore Drive. The license will enable Tony's to provide outdoor music for their patrons during the nice weather. Karen Jerf was there, who is an owner in Tony's Clam Shop, and talked about how they extended their patio when COVID came, and last year they did some one-day licenses, and they seemed to, their patrons enjoyed it, the neighbors enjoyed it. So they're really excited about doing that this year as well, and that also went through 5-0.
Nice, very nice. Perfect venue there, right on the beach, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
very good.
yeah, exactly. It's in the back.
Mhm.
And they said some, the times will vary from when sunset happens and things like that. And it's sometimes acoustic, sometimes they have a violinist, sometimes they have a one man just with a guitar and singing, things like that. So you can probably find all that stuff on their web page.
Nice. Yeah, it's always a hallmark of spring when Tony's opens.
I know, yes,
Yeah.
definitely a staple. Agenda item number 4, hearing regarding the request of SVN Group LLC doing business as Bemis Indian Cuisine for a common victular license for the premise located at 271 Quincy Ave due to a change of ownership. No operational changes planned. Proposed manager Monica Kinchala. Nitin Parpana was there and spoke on what they plan on doing at Bemis Indian Cuisine, located at 271 Quincy Ave. He has run a restaurant before. It's a change of ownership essentially. And their hours of operation will be 11:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And that also went through 5-0.
Very good.
Agenda item number 5, hearing regarding the request of Daisaya Incorporated doing business as Punjab Cafe, Raksha Kumar, manager for a transfer of the on-premise all alcohol beverage restaurant license, presently held by Shazan Corp. For the premise located at 653 Southern Artery. Attorney Louis Cassis was there and spoke about the transfer of the all-premise beverage restaurant license. So Punjab Cafe is going to stay the same. I didn't know this, but since COVID, they've only been doing takeout. And so they want to get back to opening full-time seating, and that will happen as soon as the ABCC approves the license. I should say if and when the ABC approves the license, they will open back up for dinner, lunch and dinner, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then 4:30 to 9:30 for dinner.
Okay. Did they not have an alcoholic license before?
They did, but this is a new owner.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
So it has to go through the process. It was advertised accordingly to the law, but it didn't need a butters because it already had it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, they've been there a very long time. I didn't realize they were only takeout.
I didn't either. I hear great things about it, but I didn't know that they weren't open.
Yeah,
for
it's a
seating.
very small place as I recall, so they were probably just being very cautious. So we wish them
Yeah.
the best, certainly. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Agenda item number 6, hearing regarding the request of SOP Authentic Thai Kitchen LLC, doing business as Thai Sop Kitchen, for a wine and malt beverage license for the premise located at 3 Brook Street. Proposed manager, Waikina Waiwita. Hours of operation 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. This was both advertised on 2/2 and abutters notified for the wine and malt beverage license located at 3 Brook Street. No one was there to oppose. We did talk to Waikina about her plans there, and she just said that she has a very, very loyal customer base, and sometimes they do ask for beer or wine. So she's reaching out for that. So it did pass 5-0. Again, same thing going into the ABCC, and she will talk to Lieutenant Turowski and get all the rules and regs beforehand. And as soon as it's approved by the ABCC, she'll start serving beer and wine. And agenda item, and that went through 5-0 as well.
Okay.
Agenda night item number 7, here regarding the request of SWL Restaurant Incorporated, doing business as Well Seafood Restaurant, for an all alcohol beverage restaurant license for the premise located at 1 Brook Street. Proposed manager, Neelis King Lai. Hours of operation 3 p.m. to 1 a.m. Represented by attorney Chung Lee. This is Well Seafood up in North Quincy, or Wollaston, I should say, 1 Brook Street. They will not have a bar, but they will serve all alcohol beverages with dinner, essentially lunch and dinner. And Neelis King Lai has 15 years of experience and hopes to, this opened back in September. So same type thing, their clientele would like to have a cocktail or a drink with their meal. So they wanted to get the restaurant down, and now they feel like they can bring in another piece of it and add the alcohol. So that went through 5-0, advertised, abutters notified, no one there in opposition.
Right next to the last one we talked about. That's right next to each other. Yeah.
Right. I believe this Well Seafood is the old Didi's.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So that should be fine. Again, once it is approved, if and when by the ABCC.
Okay.
In other business, we had a review of business practices at Yin Yin Convenience Store at 392 Hancock Street. Ying Zhang was there. Detective Brown went in to Yin Yin Convenience Store, noticed a couple of things going on. One was she was getting ready for the Chinese New Year, and was selling an alcohol beverage, Chinese alcohol beverage, and thought she could because she was getting ready for the new year. So we just wanted to have her come in and tell her that that was not appropriate. She took it right off her shelves as soon as Detective Browning and just brought it in for that occasion. So it wasn't there very long. We explained to her that she would need an application to come before us and then to be approved by the ABCC before she sell anything going forward. And she understood and apologized, and it was just something that she thought she could do for the new year.
Okay. So no disciplinary action.
No, no disciplinary action. She was sorry and really didn't understand it was only there for a day or two.
Okay,
So we understand, and just let her know for the record.
gotcha. Okay.
If something like this should come up again, yes, there will be disciplinary action.
Yep. And I'm sure that folks will be watching closely. Yeah.
Yeah. And our next hearing will be on February 28th.
Wow, the last day of the month. Yeah, it's a short month this year.
Unbelievable.
Very good.
They're
Okay.
flying these months.
And now that the special election is said and done, it's onward and upward, right?
It certainly is.
Yeah.
So the census will be hitting your mailboxes this week. We've heard from our IT department and the Quincy Post Office. They're literally going to the letter carriers now, and they should be out dropping them all week.
Okay, city census. And what do folks do with that, Nikki?
If they can just verify the information on it, if there's any new information to add, a child, a dog, a change of address, or somebody else moves into your household, please update the form, sign it, and send it back to us.
Okay, and the postage paid envelope.
In the postage paid envelope, as always.
Excellent. All righty. Anything else we should let folks know about right now?
No, I think next time we talk, we'll talk about the dog licenses
Okay.
for
Sounds
renewal,
good.
okay?
Yep. And I know that the election calendar for the municipal elections will be put together soon. So we'll talk about that in the not too distant future either.
That's right. We're working on it now.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Nikki. Appreciate the update.
Okay. All right. Take care.
We'll talk to you in March.
Okay.